Welcome to another edition of Ask Jim Smith. This week we had a lot of inquiries regarding water, believe it or not, and who is responsible for the water system in Baltimore County and who's responsible for the water main breaks that we had recently in Baltimore County. Baltimore City really owns, manages, and maintains all the public water system in Baltimore County. As a matter of fact, Baltimore City supplies water to Baltimore County and to the city, as well as to portions of Anne Arundel, Howard, and Harford County. Unfortunately, what we're seeing is the aging infrastructure that is affecting not just in Maryland, but is affecting all across the country. When the break occurred, Baltimore County did work with Baltimore City to try to locate the break and also participated in trying to resolve the issue. And I'm very grateful for the good work that was done by Baltimore County's Department of Public Works. I'm also very proud of the work that was done by our emergency management crew that set up the water distribution center at the Sportsplex, and then because of the demand actually opened another center at Newtown High School. They actually distributed over 10,000 gallons of drinking water to more than 2,200 families, in addition to the non-potable water that was supplied by our Baltimore County Fire Department. I'm also very grateful to Walmart, Home Depot, and the Food Bank of Maryland for their generosity in donating the drinking water that we actually distributed. I hope that gives you the information that you were looking for. Our second question comes from Chris in Middle River. Chris explains that the Hawthorne community has a really very difficult time getting out on Eastern Avenue, and that the intersection itself is pretty dangerous, and asks, is there a possibility for a second access point onto Eastern Avenue for the Hawthorne community? Chris, I talked to our chief traffic engineer, and actually access onto Eastern Avenue is a state highway issue. But what he is going to do is he's going to talk to state highways to see if they would be willing to do an assessment of the intersection of Eastern Avenue and Kingston Road. My traffic engineer believes that the more reasonable, practical approach would be to improve that intersection rather than trying to develop a second access point onto Eastern Avenue. So we will work with state highways in that assessment, and I look forward to its results. And I thank you for your question. Our final question comes from Nancy in Owings Mills. Nancy wants to know whether Baltimore County shelters could go to a non-euthanasian shelter. Nancy, I talked to our health department, and they say that most of the shelters have the same vision that you do, going to a non-euthanasia shelter approach, and that we support that vision. And how we're going about trying to promote that is trying to promote among pet owners using the low-cost neuter and spade services that are available. We're encouraging that because it's really unwanted pets are the main reason that we have so many in the shelter, and why euthanasia is used in the first place. So we're trying to go to a non-euthanasia shelter by promoting aggressively the neutering and spading of pets. I hope that we get to your vision, because I certainly appreciate your vision, and I thank you for your question. This concludes another edition of Ask Jim Smith.